Modern science has assumed that human civilization, which is advanced, which is industrial, has only been in existence for a few thousand years. But the big question that was proposed is, could an advanced civilization have existed on Earth long before humans and we just haven't found any trace of it? Is it possible that some advanced beings live on this Earth, or they did live on this Earth, who had intelligence comparable to us, but we will never know of them? Is that possible? That is the Silurian hypothesis. It asks us, what if millions or even hundreds of millions of years ago, a smart technological species existed on Earth, but everything that they built is now gone? Would we even know they were here? Why is it called Silurian? The name comes from an old Doctor Who episode where ancient intelligent reptiles called the Silurians lived on Earth long before humans. But the scientific version of the hypothesis was proposed in 2018 by two real scientists. One of them was Adam Frank, who was an astrophysicist, and the other was Gavin Schmidt, a climate scientist at NASA. They were not saying that such a civilization did exist for sure, but only that it is worth asking the question, if an industrial civilization, just like ours, arose millions of years ago, what evidence would still remain today? Let's consider a very fun thought experiment. Imagine a species, not dinosaurs, not humans, but maybe some ancient creatures who evolved intelligence, built cities, burned fossil fuels, maybe even went to space. But they lived 56 million years ago, or let's say 100 million years ago, or even before then, maybe 400 million years ago, which is 40 crore years ago, or 50 crore years ago, and now they disappeared, maybe due to climate change, asteroid, war, or just natural extinction. Now, here's the twist. Would we find any trace of them today? And the scientists say, maybe not. Why would nothing remain? Because Earth is a self renewing planet. Cities decay fast, concrete crumbles in decades, steel rusts, and plastic breaks down. Tectonic plates move, old land gets recycled into magma. Ice, rain, erosion, plants, nature wipes out everything clean over millions of years. And most of our human artifacts would be gone in a few 100,000 years maximum. So, even if there was an advanced race 10 million, 100 million, or 500 million years ago, their skyscrapers, their satellites, their roads, all would be gone, like footprints on a beach after the tide. What would still remain, however? Some clues might still be detectable, but they will be very subtle, like chemical fingerprints in rocks, sudden spikes in carbon dioxide or plastics, like humans are doing right now. These show up in the geological layers as strange climate changes, or maybe unusual isotope patterns. If that advanced civilization used nuclear energy, some rare isotopes might have been left behind, or even mass extinctions. If they caused a global catastrophe, it might show up in the fossil record. But even these are not smoking guns, they are like mysterious puzzles. Could be natural, could be artificial, but we may never know. This is the idea that excites people. Maybe we are not the first advanced intelligent civilization. Maybe we are just the first to record history in this cycle. Maybe Earth had other chances and we are just the latest reboot. And it ties beautifully with ancient myths like the concept of Hindu yugas, which are previous advanced civilizations destroyed in Pralay, or the myth of Atlantis, or flood legends across all the cultures in in all the religions, like the flood of Noah, or even sci-fi ideas like Prometheus or Mass Effect. The Silurian hypothesis does not claim that ancient aliens or lost cities existed. It simply asks the question, if you vanish completely, how would anyone know that you ever existed? Because even our civilization, so proud and advanced, could be forgotten in a blink unless we leave the earth or leave something behind that can last for millions of years. Thank you so much for listening.